Go to the office, close door.
Honorable Minister, sorry, sir. Yeah, welcome, sir. Honorable Minister, sir.
Thank you.
For your presentation,
Yes.
the capital vote for your ministry
Yes.
in 2019 was
Yes.
35 billion.
Yes.
Out of which you said 7 billion have been released.
Yes.
20%.
Yes.
But you are proposing 21 billion for 2020.
Yes.
Which is about 14 billion short. Is it, why?
No, have you seen it? No, we are proposing 41.
40, okay, it's
41, yes, it's 41. Not, yes, no, 41, 41. 41. And of course, this is, of course, you know, it's we are limited by the amount of money that Nigeria makes as a country. The oil production is not as it is. The oil production now is about 1.8, 1.9 million barrels a day, and then the fuel price is at 55 to the dollar, 55 barrels, $55 to the barrel, and I think that's very low for the side of country, side of economy, and even to our GDP. So the income into the country is not as robust as ideal. So we make do with what we have, but we will make judicious use of it. And this is the meaning of the Buhari economy or Buharinomics, an economy that will cut its coat according to its sizes to stop wastages. It may interest you to know that even size of delegation, ministerial delegation going for conferences, seminars and meetings and negotiations out of the country has been cut, talk less of any other major expenditure. So we are limited by the amount of money the country makes. However, we hope that it will increase. And that's why in our wisdom in the ministry, most of our major items, we try to procure them through public-private partnerships in such a way that we get other people's money for these important projects.
Honorable Minister, sir, the chairman of the committee drew your attention to the construction of airports without runway. Which particular airport and what have you done about it, sir?
No, he didn't say airport without runway. He said that you construct a runway without taking regards or without considering the airfield lighting. I think he was talking about airfield lighting. And that is something that comes after, you know, and these airfield lightings are bespoke to particular runway and its own characteristics. So it's something to be done, and it's not in our time. He's actually referring to how the Abuja master plan, for example, and that of Lagos, the two important airports, their master plan was distorted. They ought to be modular airports where they keep growing, you know, laterally. And when they decided in their wisdom, the former government, to procure new terminal buildings, and they didn't have regard to the plan of the airports. So they dumped those structures there. They severed all of the prearranged sewer systems, electrical systems, and water supply, etc., etc. And then, of course, they put the structures there, and then they put it into difficulty to try to correct those ills. But that was the limit of their wisdom. But we came, and rather than we abandon the projects and start all over again, we took it from where it was and ensured that it's completed. And Mr. President, in his wisdom and ways and style, ensured that the projects are continued and for the benefit of Nigerian people. We have delivered Port Harcourt, Abuja, and then we're delivering Kano in December, and hopefully also Lagos by March, April.
During your presentation, you made mention of a national carrier. Is it still in the works?
Of course, I've been consistent on this national carrier. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. How soon?
Very soon. Very, very soon. We have finished the outline business case, which has been duly considered by ICRC and passed, and they're back to us now, and we'll set up the committee as required by the law and by the program, and then we will go to the market very soon, and once we're in the market, we'll procure. Just yesterday, I'm sure you missed the news. Odaudu, yes, they missed the news that one of the OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, such as Airbus, was in our office with the entire team, or with their president and so on and so forth. And some of big names in leasing were also in my office. We've been talking, and some of those who are interested in partnering with us were also in my office. Some airlines came. I think you've been missing the news.
Finally, sir, to the glory of God.
May we know how soon it will be, and what are the...
We are the Enugu airport. The Enugu airport money has been approved by Mr. President. We're waiting for the release, and I'm sure it will be released very soon. And we're meeting with the contractor today, and today he will give us his program of work. We will look at that program of work diligently and ensure that it's procured within the time and within the budget. And the time for the procurement, I said, certainly will be before Easter. Okay. It will be concluded before Easter. However, I can give you a definite date after I met with the contractor today.
Okay. Finally, sir, to
yes,
the glory
sir.
of God, the devil behind rampant cases of air crashes seem to have departed from Nigeria. What are the professional antidotes you are using for this?
Well, for your information, air crashes, as a Muslim, I believe that they are destined to happen by God. However, we as human beings, we've been also taught by the same God to do the best that we can to avert them. And some of those ways that we would do is first and foremost to put all those things in place that will ensure safe operations. To train and retrain our personnel, to train and retrain those manning the airplanes, to regulate them, to ensure that they are doing the right thing at the right time, and that they are so proficient enough to be able to handle the operations safely. All of those safety and security critical items within the system of aviation from point A to B of applied operations is our concern. And we have emphasized and re-emphasized and improved upon those things that will make and ensure a safe flight and safe operations. So that's why you see all the might and weight and budget and purse of the Civil Aviation Ministry is geared towards all those critical items that ensure safe operations are being dealt with. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.